Coming up on Murrow News 8, rumors of ICE agents are beginning to swirl.
And ASWSU travels to Olympia for the annual lobbying campaign. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Hello, I'm Augustus Marceau.
And I'm Norma Fulweiler. Welcome to Murrow News 8. Rumors of the arrival of ICE agents have been circling the city of Pullman, prompting protests downtown and calls to action on social media. The Pullman police have denied any assistance with immigration enforcement, claiming to only uphold Washington state law and not federal law. They do not actively track or prosecute undocumented immigrants. They have also denied knowledge of any ICE agents in the city of Pullman. Still, ICE protests will be continuing throughout the weekend. We sent our reporter Dylan Kiviat to talk with students about how they feel.
Thanks, Norma. We're here on campus, and we are going to speak with some students to see how they are feeling about the ICE walkouts that are happening today.
I mean, mixed feelings about it. I think ICE is going a little bit over the top with the violence that they're doing, but I'm not opposed to what ICE is totally doing.
I'm normally indifferent to most of the walkouts because it's just like almost a part of the political binary. People kind of go along with it, but everybody's just going to kind of ignore it in with the sound. So I feel actually a little bit pessimistic about it.
I actually didn't know that there was an ICE walkout happening today, but obviously, like, if that's your beliefs and you feel really passionate about that, like, good luck with that. But yeah, I didn't know it was happening. I probably won't be participating.
As you can see, students around campus are having mixed feelings about the ICE walkout that's happening today. We're super interested to see the turnout of this walkout. I'm Dylan Kiviat at Murrow News 8.
A man is sentenced to serve 100 months in prison for child sex abuse materials. Nathaniel Jensen was sentenced in Idaho to federal prison this last week by Judge David Nye. He also must serve a probationary period for 15 years and has to register as a sex offender. This comes after Jensen pleaded guilty in federal court for possession of child pornography material.
A new WSU research study found that some drugs may be making things worse for arthritis sufferers. The team found that certain proteins within popular arthritis drugs could be making inflammation worse, the reason why medication does not work for up to 4 out of 10 patients.
Members of ASWSU attended Coug Day at the Capitol this past weekend to address several key issues, but found the most success from a simple lesson. Connor Seiferling has the story.
Cade Berry, ASWSU Deputy of Legislative Affairs, is one of the 40-plus Pullman students who traveled to Olympia, ready to dive headfirst into political discourse.
The biggest thing is like shock and awe. Like, we come in and we try to have as many meetings as possible, as many people, for just putting all of our experiences out there. 120
Cougs from across WSU's campuses tackled a range of issues at the state capitol. Addressing the workforce education and investment account to protect college grant funds was a top priority.
I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of people on ASWSU that are going to Olympia that get most of their funding from the Washington College Grant. Yeah. So protecting that money for our students and making it so that people can go to school and get an education is my main focus, and I know it is the same way for a lot of the people going to Olympia this weekend.
Students also work to fight a Vietnam-era law allowing universities to withhold financial aid from students who protest on campus, something that was well received by lawmakers at the Capitol.
We made sure to say peaceful protesting, you cannot have your financial aid used against you. That is against your First Amendment right. Mm-hmm. A lot of senators, a lot of representatives really liked the bill and were really receptive to that idea, that they didn't want that to be held against them.
Connecting and negotiating with those legislators was a key skill to practice for the students.
But most important is just connect to them on the human level. Give them stories. That's the biggest thing we train people on, is tell them your story.
While the senators were certainly exhausted from their trip in early mornings and late nights, it was the human connections that really kept them going.
But at the end of the day, you're going to want to come genuine, and that's what they see, and that's what they take away, and that's when they're voting, they're going to say, I remember Elizabeth, I remember that story, I'm going to vote in favor because it was so impactful.
The impact may not be realized yet in the form of legislative change but the emotional impact of more than 100 student stories is already hitting. Connor Seiferling, Murrow, News 8.
A man has been discovered south of Moscow. Joseph T. Bonnell, who was reported missing, was found dead near Thorn Creek Road and U.S. Highway 95 at around 12 p.m. Wednesday. An investigation by the Latah County Sheriff's Office is ongoing.
The Palouse is getting 2 new electric vehicle charging stations. Yesterday, the state of Washington announced the new $2 million project with help from federal funding. The charging stations will be installed along U.S. Highway I-95 between Pullman and Colfax. The president's administration halted the funding for the project last year. Coming up, our reporter Levi has details on the recent Banff Film Festival.
And an update on the new jail in Latah County.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
Washington State University often touts its study abroad program and the number of long trips to foreign countries as something they're proud of. However, while they do exist, many students don't seem to want to go. I wanted to find out why.
Many students want to travel, get out of the Eastern Washington air and become world citizens.
That one in particular was $3. This is $2.
But students aren't known for having a lot of money either.
Found out that it was outside my financial ability to even, consider them.
And these opportunities with WSU can get expensive when you live off ramen day by day.
I heard around $10,000.
Arlo Popa is a communications student that will be off to Ho Chi Minh with a few other students during her spring break after her trip to Greece fell through.
All of our price ranges, and we get different levels of financial aid, it was out of our price range for all of us.
Now, most of the trips do often cost a few $1,000s, but some would argue the price is the best you're going to get.
For what the program is, it's not a ton of money.
A fact that remains to be verified.
We were able to do a trip to 3 different countries for less than $3,000.
Dr. Tekla Schmaus intends on leading a group of people to Armenia this year, a place she's familiar with.
To get those kind of rates, you need to know some Russian or Armenian. So I speak Russian. I've been told works pretty well as going classroom to classroom and just kind of doing a 5-minute spiel for students.
Now, the information meetings that Professor Schmaus is talking about usually takes place in a classroom like this, where students can get a lot of information very quickly, completely for free, and there's no obligation to actually go. The problem is there's also no obligation to actually show up to these interest meetings, leaving a lot of these trips basically AWOL.
Even students that get to go on trips completely paid for struggle to sit down and apply, meaning a lot of these trips extend application deadlines.
Sit down, take the time to do this, and I just did not have that, so I just kind of kept putting it off.
While many students worry about cost versus experiences and the need to actually show interest, the faculty remains excited to go and willing to be there for students.
You come back and suddenly you think about your own life a little bit differently, and I think that's an important part of the college experience too.
In Pullman, Augustus Marceau, Murrow News 8.
WSU got a taste of a major film festival presented as part of its world tour. Reporter Levi Couvert has the details.
The Banff Mountain Film Festival is a celebration of the outdoors, nature, and everything that makes us love the mountains. The festival tours all over the world, visiting over 200 stops in 45 countries and all 7 continents. According to their website, they're the largest adventure film tour on the planet. The WSU edition was brought to campus by the UREC's Jonathan Stahl. Every year, the Banff Mountain Film Festival features short films and documentaries about the great outdoors, the mountains, and getting out in nature. It's inspired me to get out in nature myself. Some of this year's inspiring stories included the tale of a Nordic skier who lost his left leg, the tale of a pair of ski patrollers in Montana, one who was 75 years old, and the tale of a group of friends who canoed their way across the northern Canadian Arctic lands.
And then the challenge was to make a prosthesis able to fit in tech bindings.
The event was held in the Cub Auditorium. During the intermission, a drawing took place where over 10 prizes were awarded. Jonathan Stahl said after the event that he was inspired and moved by the films that were shown. It was an inspiring and beautiful display of nature and human resilience.
And construction is being worked on for a new jail in Latah County. We sent our reporter Connor Seiferling to give us an update.
I'm here at the Latah County Courthouse, where the jail may be getting an update. The county released a community survey yesterday seeking feedback for potential new solutions to the jail that failed safety inspections back in 2024. Now, in that same year, it was expected to cost up to $13 million to fix the jail, and now the community will have their chance to weigh in with the survey as well as potential options for paying for a new jail going forward. Connor Seiferling reporting from Moscow, sending it back to the desk.
Smart homes just got a whole lot smarter. WSU scientist Diane Cook and her colleagues have developed an inexpensive in-home sensor system that monitors the activities of residents and uses machine learning to flag behavioral changes. This advancement could help nurses catch early signs of new or worsening conditions. The Vice Dean of Research for the Elson College of Medicine, Sterling McPherson, says they are eyeing apps that help people quit smoking and manage behavior. For further research, they hope these AI advancements medically help those who are suffering.
32-year-old Ryan Herman has been sentenced to life after being charged with 3 child molestation cases. 2 of the victims were brothers, and Herman would often take care of them in his trailer in 2018. Based on current and previous convictions, the state requested Herman be sentenced with life without parole, concerned he will continue to be a repeat offender. After the break, how a small farmer's market is boosting business.
And Becky will have your weather update.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother. You,
Yes.
your football buddy, your football buddy. You, the boss, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
The Pullman Market on Main is bringing local businesses to downtown Pullman. Our reporter Becky Oberlander has details on how this market is impacting one small business.
It gives me opportunity to have people walk by and see my products and make sales.
Crystal says that recent closures in downtown Pullman have meant less people have been coming downtown to shop.
It definitely affects downtown business. When there's less things to do out here, there's less foot traffic, which means less customers for us.
With all these closures happening around Pullman, business owners are looking for ways to keep their businesses growing. The Pullman Market on Saturday is a great way for this to happen.
It really helps the community. Most jobs don't pay enough to make our basic living. So doing this helps me kind of close that gap and make sure that my family is well provided for. And I know a lot of people also do the same thing.
This weekly market gives vendors a chance to display any type of product, from fresh food to handmade jewelry to scented candles.
Visibility is very important, especially when we have products that might not, be advertised elsewhere.
For Crystal and other vendors who feel the same commitment to their businesses, the market offers room to grow. Reporting in Pullman, this is Becky Oberlander for Murrow News 8.
Hey, Norm, have you spent a lot of time in the downtown area?
I have, but for market purposes, I tend to head on down to Moscow and go to the farmer's market there.
I know. I'm excited to know that we'll finally have something a little more in this area.
I know. I'm really excited. I don't love that 15-minute drive when I don't have to, but I'm really hoping that Becky has some good news for us about the forecast. Becky, what does the upcoming forecast look like for us?
Yes, Norma, the weather has been very dry recently, relatively warm for January, which I know I've appreciated. I do not like the snow or cold, but if we take a look here at today, our low was 38 and our high was 50, which for January I think is relatively warm. And then if we take a look at tomorrow's weather, pretty similar with a high of 51 and a low of 40. Perfect weather to go check out that market downtown. And we have our winds at 11 miles per hour with the sunrise at 7:14 a.m. and that sunset at 7:50. Now, if we take a look across the state, in Olympia and Seattle, even in Yakima here, there is some rain, which is pretty typical of the west side of Washington. And then when you go over to Spokane and Pullman, it is partly cloudy with some sunspots. I know I've appreciated the sun on my walk to class today. It was nice to have. And if we take a look at our 5-day forecast, we have pretty similar conditions throughout the week. We have partly cloudy, sunny, which with similar weather degrees throughout the week. Going into February, I hope it stays this way because, again, I do not like the snow. I'm hoping Groundhog Day is coming up, that an early spring maybe comes around. And I think that is it for our 5-day forecast. Guys, are you liking the weather?
I'm loving it. I'm disappointed you don't like the snow, and also Groundhog Day might be your doom. But anyway, thank you so much, Becky. After this break, we'll have an upcoming sports update for you.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3.
are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Two former Cougs in the NBA have been chosen to participate in the Rising Stars Challenge, an event that features the top young NBA talent in the league. Jalen Wells and Cedric Coward, teammates on the Memphis Grizzlies, have both been named Rising Stars. Coward has been averaging 14 points a game in his rookie season, and Wells has been averaging just under 12 points per game in his second year in Memphis. WSU men's basketball looks to get a rematch win over Portland tomorrow afternoon. Ace Glass and the Cougs look to build off the momentum of a two-week game streak. WSU came out on top in their last matchup. As Portland hopes to find a different result this time, the Cougs aim to keep control at home. Tip-off is set for 3 p.m. at Beasley Coliseum. WSU women's basketball will be hosting Gonzaga on Saturday at 7 p.m. WSU's women's basketball is 3-6 in West Coast Conference play and 4-19 overall. WSU women's basketball is looking to bounce back from their loss to Santa Clara Thursday. Super Bowl 60 will feature the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. The last time they met in the Super Bowl, Russell Wilson threw an interception at the 1-yard line. For the last 11 years, Seahawks fans have been traumatized from the interception and hoping the Super Bowl will be more like 48 than 49. Two former Cougs will be featured, Abraham Lucas, right tackle for the Seahawks, and Kyle Williams, wide receiver for the Patriots. So the last time the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, I was about 7 years old, so I'm very excited to see my Hawks go to Santa Clara. I know that they're estimated about a 4-point lead, so I'm really hoping on to hope that we win this game. Even if I do end up disappointed, I know that Bad Bunny will give amazing performance, so I am very excited for that. Do you guys have any predictions for the Super Bowl?
I'm going to say, I think my brain says the Seahawks, but my heart and my bones say the Patriots. I know, I understand, but I'm letting you know. My brother's a Patriots fan. I have to do it. It just has to be done.
Well, that's a tough opinion for this area, you know.
I know, and I'll say it proudly.
Well, I would say the Patriots have had a pretty easy road throughout the playoffs, and the Seahawks have been battle-tested. I think they really do know what they're doing.
Easy road's a little bold, though,
Oh,
wouldn't you
come
say?
on now,
I mean,
Gus. Oh, come on.
A little bold.
Gus, I think the Seahawks are a top contender, and I think that will be a lot more than just 4.5 points.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
really think that there are some weapons on offense and a consistent and steady defense, and I really don't think Gus knows what he's talking about.
Top 4 in both offense and defense? I think you might be wrong there. You're talking to some tried and true Seattle fans here, so you're not alone on that opinion.
Yeah, and that will wrap up. Coming up after the break, a new planet discovered by an unlikely source.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly.
Lights out.
And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Citizen scientist Alexander Venner found a new Earth-like planet outside of our solar system after sifting through old telescope data. The planet remained hidden for years until Venner found an anomaly that professionals had missed. Out of 6,000 planets found, only a few dozen Earth-like planets have been found outside of our solar system, and with Venner's discovery, all eyes are on this new potential home. Could you guys ever see yourself living anywhere other than Earth? I know some folks go to Mars, and we've got movies of people going anywhere.
Well, you know, they try to make it look as comfortable and interesting and scientifically innovating as possible, but I just don't know if I could go without a Dutch Bros or a Starbucks at least a couple blocks from me. I'm a creature of habit, I must say, and rations aren't exactly what I enjoy.
Well, but they might bring those to you. You might get a Dutch Bros there as more civilization progresses.
I don't know if that's exactly what they'd want to be spending our hard-earned tax dollars and funding on is a Starbucks.
They send actors up there. It's not impossible.
You know, and speaking of actors, I must say that of all the space movies that I've seen, I think Interstellar is overrated. Have you seen that?
I have. And I'm going to say, okay, and I'm going to give you the floor.
Well, yeah, number one, I was just a little bit confused. You know, that whole scene where he looks like he's inside of a bookshelf, I didn't really understand. Yeah. And I just thought it was really, really long. But you know, Christopher Nolan, he likes to make movies that are 3+ hours and have you falling asleep in the recliners at the theater.
Yeah, said no one ever.
Not too much on Christopher Nolan. I love him as a director. But I do have to agree with you, Interstellar is a little bit long. I know it's talked about a lot. One thing about a planet, I remember when I was in elementary school and scientists decided Pluto was no longer a planet, very upset about that. So hopefully this new one will maybe take that place.
Well, yeah, because it's a dwarf planet, so it's got to be different.
Oh.
It is not a dwarf planet in my heart.
No, it's not.
It's a real planet.
Do you know what categorizes something as a dwarf planet?
That's its size.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just the size?
I think so.
Poor guy.
Becky?
Little guys matter.
Is Pluto a part of our solar system?
Yes, I've always known it to be. I've grown up thinking that way. So when they announced that when I was in school, it was shocking.
Yeah.
It should be. It is a planet.
You know, I think their biggest problem with these things is they never give them good classic names like Venus or Pluto or something like that. The new planet they found is something about like 3913BO387. And well, that just doesn't roll off the tongue. I mean, that's not a good address. You can't really make that work, now can you?
What would you name it?
Yeah, are you going to come up with a new name?
I'll call it Pluto 2. But anyways, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and be sure to check out our social medias, and we will see you all on Monday.